So tell me when we're live. We're good?
Yep.
So hello everyone, and thanks for coming and joining me here live. We've actually had a fantastic day. So Faith is behind, and we probably will make sure that you actually get to see Faith. So just say hi.
Hi.
So everyone say hello to Faith. Faith has been here in Coffs Harbour doing my class today. So we have just finished day one, and tomorrow we've got another day together to play dollies, which is great. So I thought it was a perfect opportunity, since I'm here at the Coffs Harbour TAFE, to spend a little bit of time with you and share with you my top 5 tips to modern, beautiful finger waves. So show me some of those little, those little love hearts. Is any of those coming up? I like those. Is there any? Tell me if there's anybody there joining them. Who wants to learn the top 5 tips to doing some modern finger waves? So let me know if you're actually there. So Faith, tell me.
Yep, so we've got Joe Smith online. We've got a few love hearts coming up now.
Good. Fantastic. Now don't panic, guys. If you have just joined me live and you think, oh my God, I've got to go and pick the kids up, or something's going to happen, because life does happen, we'll make sure that we send you the recorded link. You should actually be able to actually just write waves in any of the comments below, so that we can actually get that link, but it'll live on this page as well. So why do I want to share with you waves? Number one is because earlier on in the year, I don't know if anybody saw this, and this is actually from the post that I put up on my Insta story. This is Dolce & Gabbana, and it was on the runway in January. Now, when you're seeing things on the runway, it generally tends to mean that it's going to water and filter through to what's actually happening in our salons. So give me a big thumbs and those up if who agrees with that. With whatever happens on the runway, generally will filter through, which means as stylists we need to be able to do it. So which is really important. So now also Faith is also here to answer, ask me the questions to answer. So if you've got any questions, then please bring them through, and Faith, you can sort of give me in there.
So we've got a few messages coming through just saying that they're having trouble with seeing this. So maybe just let them know that it's actually, if the message didn't work to your link, then just go onto the page, onto Lorna Evans' education page, and you'll be able to see it.
Well, that must be where you're watching it from now. So if you're watching it live, it's live on the page. Yeah,
so there's a few people messaging you that haven't clicked on that it's actually on that page.
Yes, so it's on the Lorna Evans education page, so which is where these guys should be able to do. Okay, so Dolce & Gabbana, beautiful waves. So we need to be able to actually do that as well. So thanks to the couple of people that have already sent in some questions. So I'm going to make sure that I cover those questions for you, as well as whatever you're going to bring in. And if I can't do all of the questions, I certainly will make sure I go back and answer them. We also want to say a big thank you and hello to our co-hosts. So we've got bungee tape, which I'm going to show you bungee tape. I love it. And we've also got the beautiful people from Amazing Hair Australia. We've also got the Australian Hairdressing Council, which is fantastic. And we've got Brisbane Hair and Beauty Expo as well. Make sure I haven't missed anyone out. And my favourite hot tools, which is Glam Palm as well. So a big hello if you're one of their followers, because it's actually going to be live on their page as well as mine. So it should be hopefully everywhere, but let's just wait and see. The way that we're also going to play today is I wanted to do a few giveaways, which will be really good fun as well. So let's get straight into the education, because that's what you're all here for. So if we can just click through, I've got another slide, so you can all see the slides. So basically, modern finger waves. What do I mean by that is let's just soften it up. Let's soften it up, use the techniques that we know will actually work, which is what I'm going to share with you, and then make it really nice and soft. And if we just go to that next one as well, probably one of my favourite all-time shots is this one, and this was actually done in my first independent class, and it's done with my students. Actually did this on the last day. So can you see how it's sexy, it's soft, it's taken from what happened with the Dolce & Gabbana into just that beautiful soft finger wave look. So, and I've just got one more. So have you got a question there?
Yeah, I have got a question.
Yeah.
We've just got Stacey mentioning the fact that she finds to start the first finger wave off is her hardest part. Yeah. So any tips in regards to that would be fantastic.
Great, good question. So I will definitely make sure I will cover that one off really easy. This particular shot up here, this was actually a local fashion parade. It's really funny. I keep going to say it was a hair show. Isn't it funny? You do the hair for a fashion parade and you actually go, oh, it was a hair show. No, it's not a fashion. It's not a hair show. It's a fashion parade. And they wanted finger waves. And this was a local girl that was actually in the parade. We had 2 hairdressers. There was myself and Amber. And we had 15 models, and I think we had about an hour and a half to do it. So we had to go really fast. And I think everybody thinks, and I'd love to know whether you're thinking the same thing, finger waves, I'm going to need so much more time. Who thinks finger waves, more time? So maybe even just that little love-hearty little thing. How many of you think that with finger waves you're going to need a lot more time to actually be able to do that to make it modern? So Faith, you can let me know if we're getting anywhere there. So when we did this particular show...
Yep, you love hearts now.
And it's sometimes a bit delayed.
It's a bit,
so
yeah.
I worked that one out a while ago.
Okay.
It's delayed. So what I really learned from doing this particular show with local girls is they actually all said I would go to the hairdressers more often if my hairdresser would make my hair a bit softer and it wasn't just so hard and crunchy that it just didn't look real anymore. How many of you ever get your clients coming in saying, I want it to look a little bit like I've done it myself? So it's just something that we get really, really often. So what I want to share with you is how we did this so fast, and I also want to share with you some hot tips on my 5 hot tips on being able to get a really, really nice wave. Okay, so you can see because of time-wise, I've actually preset. Now the first hot tip, before we actually even talk about what we've actually done to the set of the hair, is the first hot tip is your preparation. Number 1 is your prep. So if anybody's out there that's actually ever done my education before, it's something we talk about all the time. How many of you would agree? Number 1 has to be your prep. So the first thing that I need to do is I need to load the hair up with a lot of product. But I also don't want to weigh it down, and it was something that we talk about in every class, and it really came out at the end, didn't it, girls? You know, and all the different products that are out there, but we don't want to make it too heavy. So if you're double moussing, too heavy. So I don't want to get into that too much.
So Mindy's just asking if they're on base, if those...
Hold that thought. Thank you very much, Mindy. On base, off base, over direction is really important because Danielle Robinson actually asked me one of the questions that she had was, how do I get more volume to it? So hold that thought as well. So for preparation, I've got 2 favourites. So number 1 favourite is for me to use anti-gravity in Kevin Murphy. And number 2 is, this is just a little travel size. This one is White Sands, and that is liquid texture. So
firm.
Yes, firm. Thank you. So I never buy does anybody buy the?
Yeah, I do.
No, go straight for the firm one because it all brushes. Go straight for the firm one. So they're my 2 go-to products. We would have then gone through and we would have blow dried that in really, really fast using my time saver brush. Just in case you haven't seen how this brush works, I'll just take the middle section, which is the widest section. So preparation is one of the things that everybody skips past, but I promise you it doesn't have to take a long time. So let's just say we've got to this particular section. I would spray my product on, by the way, section by section. I never go through the hair and actually just put all the product through and then start blow drying. Now, why do you think that I wouldn't do that? Let's see if anybody can actually answer that. Why do you think I wouldn't just go through and basically put all the product all the way through? Let's see if anyone's got the answer to that one. So while I'm waiting for that, because it is a little delayed, using my Glam Palm hairdryer, and you can see I'm going to take that whole section. I'm going to, after I've sprayed the product in, I'm going to bring my thumb right across.
Yep, so we've got a couple of answers.
Great.
We've got goes crunchy.
Yes.
And we've also got even product coverage.
That's exactly right. Both of those. It goes crunchy, and also you've got that even, so you're going layer by layer. Can you see the speed that I'm actually doing a massive section at? It's slow. It's not fast. The hot tip is make sure that you're holding it in with your thumb, and then you just all that product in to the hair. And I let the time saver brush pretty much do most of the work for me. So you can actually get all the way through section by section. On hair like this, it would be 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, sometimes 5, okay? So really, really, really nice and fast, but you get a nice finish to it as well. Okay, so now that we know that we've got that, we've now put a lot of product through, so loads and loads and loads. The next thing we've got to do is we've got to put our sectioning into place. So this is exactly the same sectioning pattern that I did for this particular look. Now it's not a big section, and that's the biggest trick to it. Is what we've done is I've taken a section, and actually what I might do is, do you mind just grabbing me that dolly over there? I might have a little...
Show the section.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, now I can show that section. It'll be like the cooking show.
Yeah.
Here's one I prepared earlier. Thanks, April. So, okay, so what I've done is I've taken a side parting. All right, so I've taken a side parting. So, very easily. And then what I'm going to do is I talk a lot about the rock of the head. Okay, so the rock of the head, because I used to talk about eyebrows, and as we all know, the eyebrows are all over the place. So I'm basically working to the rock of the head, and what I'm going to do, and you might want to come right above that, and then everyone can see. So I'm just going to come all the way back, so that what happens is you've got like an odd shaped triangle. Okay, so you've got a straight part, and then you've got an odd shaped triangle, like so. Okay. And then from there, if I just come to the front, with this odd-shaped triangle, what you're going to do is you're going to split it into 2, okay? So you're going to split it into 2. So this is the channel that is next to the part line, and I'm going to call that one channel 1, okay? The second part of the triangle, we're going to call channel 2, okay? So we've got channel 1 and channel 2. It's not a massive section. Can you see that? It's not a massive section at all. And since I've got one that I've got here, I can actually plug this in. Your wand, by the way, guys, are really, really important that you pick a wand that is going to get hot enough. So my favourite is the Glam Palm one. I'm just going to plug this in. Sorry, I don't think I was doing this. So, and the reason that I love the Glam Palm is pretty much because it gives me the heat that I want. I love the fact that we've actually got a really nice barrel. I like the width of the barrel, which is fantastic. And it makes the hair feel beautiful. And that's it. Let's just bring that up there. And that's because of the healing stone. So what was that?
What size is that one?
What size is that one? That's a really good question. I think you would say it would be an inch. Oh, actually, it's a bit smaller. You go too big, and I actually find that is a good all-round size. I even tended to find the ones that I used to pull on and off, so the interchangeables, I'd never move from that size. I'll find that out. So if Cohen from Glam Palm is on there, tell me what the width of that barrel would be. That would be great. But the actual barrel is made from, and I just said it before, healing stone. So the healing stone doesn't harm the hair, so it means that you don't actually have to worry too much about a heat protector in the hair as well. So, which is really cool. Now let's just change these ones here. So, and Faith, let me know if we've got any more questions so far. Okay, so channel 1 is the one next to the part line. Okay, and I'm just going to make sure that I have got little pin curl clips. Now when you're choosing your pin curl clips, guys, choose the little single pronged ones, not the double pronged ones, because the double pronged ones just get a little bit caught in the hair. Now, who was it that asked me before about on base, off base and over direction? So,
that was Mindy.
Mindy. Yeah. Okay, so let's try it out there. If I want to get maximum volume, which is, this is going to help Danielle. If I want to get maximum volume, do I do on base, off base, or over direction? So let's see if we get any answers to that. So you want maximum volume, on base, off base, or over direction.
We've got Tina saying on base. We've got Wendy saying over directed. So we've got a few different selections there.
And it generally is what actually happens, is we get lots and lots. Now, if you go back to your trade school days, which is what we are here in Cobbs Harbour Tea, you go back to your trade school days, and I actually found something, I'll post it tomorrow. I found a really vintage, old-fashioned setting method on Pinterest, I think I found it, and it talked about on base, off base, and over direction, and having those fundamentals is so important. So it's on base. On base is what gives us the most amount of volume, and let me show you why. Because if I come back, now channel 1 is actually going to all be directing forward. Okay, so channel 1 is all going to be directing forward. And can you see, if I take this back, I call it 45 degrees, but technically I think it's 190. So you're basically going to lay back no further than there, because any further than there will be under-directed. Anything more over will be over-directed. So to make sure that it lies on itself, so in case you're a little bit confused about what on base is, it's basically going to lie on top of that section. So I'm going to take my glam palm, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to warm the hair up first and roll it around. And notice how close I am to the head, and notice the tension that I've actually got as I'm rolling around. Then I've got this little tail here, and I'm coming into itself, so I'm not winding up, and then I'm just using that little heat. I like a heat glove. I like a heat glove because I think it gets all those little bits there, which is really good.
And the hairspray that you just used?
I've just used the Kevin Murphy Session Spray, which is really good. And you just want a little bit of hairspray just to get rid of all those little fluffy pieces, and then that comes through that centre, okay? So I've then carried on, and I've actually done another 2, and then when it came to the second triangle, who can tell me what I'm going to do with the second triangle? So if we've gone forward on the first triangle, what do you think you do on your second triangle? I'm hoping someone's going to type, it's going to go back.
It should be back, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to have 3 going forward on channel 1, and you're going to have 2 going back, which means that I have to do the same direction coming forward, so it lives on its little body here. Does that make sense?
Yep, we've got a few people now answering.
Good, yeah.
Gone back.
It's delayed. Yeah. They're not delayed, we're delayed. So, okay, have a little sip of water. So now what we've got is we've got our pleat. Now, before I actually start to take those out, I'm going to work the bottom area. So the bottom area, I'm really going to do just a really, really beautiful little soft, simple bun, because really today was all about the waves. But I thought it was a perfect opportunity to give you a little hot tip on actually pinning in or clipping in some clip-in hair extensions. So I'm just going to make sure.
Okay, so we've got a question here, but I can't quite see it all. Joe, if you can just write that again. We've got, hi Lorna, when we do your Hollywood waves set in Modern Brides, did you set the top of the head and that's all that's cut off? Nice. So I can't see when you press see more, there's nothing.
Oh, okay. Can you go back over?
No.
So maybe ask that one again.
Yeah, so if you could just write that again, Joe, for us to help you with that.
That would be great. Okay, so when you're working with clip-in hair extensions, which I think loads and loads of people are, and this was a real aha moment to us. So these are amazing hairs, and I thought I might even just put one in, just so that you've actually got the idea of what we're talking about. So I must admit, we had the training with the beautiful people from Amazing Hair, and all 3 of us, Kylie, Amber and myself, all came out. And isn't it, it's like when you go to any training, and I always say the same at every class, I'm going to learn something. And our big aha moment, and I think I've learned about 4 things in here today, which has been really good. So this was our aha moment. I used to do, when I'd be working with clip-in hair extensions, I used to tease this area. I would crimp it. I would do all sorts of different things. How many of you have done that before?
Yeah.
So all sorts of different things just to make sure that that clip-in hair extension is in there. So first of all, what you want to do is you want to avoid a hairspray and you want to go in for a dry textured spray. So this one here is Kevin Murphy's bedroom hair, okay? If it's really, it shouldn't be slippery hair, by the way, because you've not prepped it properly. So I don't want to go into too much detail.
So Jo's just come back and said, how do you actually set the top of the hair for the Hollywood waves? That was what her question was.
Yeah, so the Hollywood waves was a different set altogether, so which was a down set. So that was the twist wrap set. So if that one answers the question, so that was a completely different. If you're wanting to do the whole head like this, rather than the triangle section, you would actually do it in, and what I'll do is I can actually do it in a head sheet. Well, I can't. I could draw it on something, and Russell's over there, and he will make sure he draws it technically for you. But you actually just keep on going, 1, 2, 1, 2. So basically, it's a directional set. Just remember, you're always going in one direction and the other direction. But I think the Hollywood wave set, Jo, that you're talking about that we do in the class, it's a different set altogether. So there's so many different ways to do things.
So we've got someone commenting on your shoes, just wanting to know where you got your shoes from.
Thank you very much, Miss Velvet. So Becky at Miss Velvet. So make sure you mention me when you're in there. They're good, aren't they? And they're comfy. I always make good comfy shoes. All right. So here's your hot tip. All right. So I'm just going to pull this right up so that you can really see. Like I said, I really was, when I was putting this together, I thought I really need to show you this. So I'm only going to put one weft in. She doesn't need hair for what I'm doing. But I've just gone through with a little bit of bedroom hair. And the trick is, what you want to do is when your clips are open, I'll just make sure I see where I want it to go. You want to take a little bit of the hair above. So everybody thinks about this hair here, and so it sits flush. But what you want to do is you want to come up, come down, and clip into place like so, okay? So again, it's come up, then come down to the piece that you want, and then click that into place, and it's sturdy. That was a real aha moment for me. So if we had fine hair, we would actually put a whole heap, and I'm going to be coming over to this direction so you can see with the hair extensions.
And we've just got a question in regards to preparation.
Yes.
If you didn't have spray, could you use a dust powder instead?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think a dust powder is not really it's for finishing. It's probably not for, can you see, I don't know whether you can actually see it, but when you feel it, it's bouncy and it's crispy.
Yep. All
right, so a good curl is a crispy curl. All right, so a good curl really is a crispy curl, okay? So really, really important that you get that in there first, because if you take these out, which is what I'm going to do now, if I took these out and it was soft and there wasn't much there, so can you see here? Look how crispy it is, all right? I think your powders have their place, but I think for a modern finger wave, I'd be a little worried. But that was what I was relying on.
If you've come in late, don't worry, you can watch this again, because we've got a few people that are worried that they won't be able to watch it again.
Yeah, no, don't panic. You'll have the whole thing to watch. I'll just move my dolly down. Okay. And I'm just going to remove. And one of the things that we talk a lot about is making sure that you keep your work clean. So I'm just going to remove all of this at the back and just pop it into a band. So rather than into a sectioning clip, which just makes it a bit too messy. And I'm just going to use, this is Natalie Ann's brush. She calls it her vegan brush because it doesn't have any bull bristle, which is good.
And that's the Kevin Murphy hairspray you used earlier, wasn't it?
Yes, that was the Kevin Murphy hairspray. Okay, now notice I'm brushing it. How many of you have ever been a little bit scared when you've actually gone in and brushed it? I'm just going to go back to my bristle brush. So you should be scared to brush it if you haven't prepped it. So basically, if I haven't prepped the hair, everybody has a bit of a nervous breakdown going, oh my God, how's the curl going to actually stay there? But you now want to brush it, because remember, we're doing modern. We're coming from that Dolce & Gabbana really set finish to a really gorgeous soft wave. Now, it was, who was it? For Danielle. Danielle's question was about how to increase the volume. Can you see what on base does? You get what you set. So because I set this on base, I've already got this. Does that make sense? I've already managed to get that little bit there.
So the answer before was to not use any powders for this?
I personally don't. I like powders if I'm trying to, if you really wanted to and you wanted to be quite textured underneath, you probably could add a little bit in underneath, but I personally don't know. Very expensive piece of material, all the way from Officeworks. So, you know what, I've had loads of people actually in my class say to me, oh, the plastic drives me nuts, and then I'll say, okay, take it away. And then they go, oh, hang on a minute, this is driving me nuts, because the plastic is there to stop me. I'm going to start to put this into waving clamps. Can you see what's going to happen if I don't? I'm going to basically mess up all this. So if I had this set, or if I got it smooth, whatever I've got, it's going to be very difficult to clamp the waving clamps into. So I'm going to take my piece of plastic and I'm just going to clip that into place, like so, on both sides. It's a little bit of find the problem, solve the problem, which I think is exciting about what we do. Can you see now I've got a bed to lie on? Okay, I've got something to work on. Okay, so we're going to use two things here. One is going to be our waving clamps. Okay, so these are our ones, and we had ours made so they were longer, they're stronger, and they're gold, which is
matching.
My shoes.
It's matching with the shoes.
I didn't really mean that with the shoes, by the way, but I did like them. All right, so I'm just going to pop these in here so that I've got them all ready for me. This is my curved comb. If you haven't got one, you have got to get one of these. They're just, you know what, they're made of carbon. The head's not straight, the head is round, so you need one of these. So amazing for directional blow drying. It scoops a ponytail up like there's no tomorrow. So much easier. Okay, I want to keep this quite modern and sexy, but I just want to clean it up a little bit. Hairspray, I think, will kill it. This is Easy Rider, and Easy Rider is a cream, and I think everybody loved this today, didn't you? Yeah. So don't use a lot, just a little bit, and rub it right into your hands.
So that's a Kevin Murphy again.
Yeah, it's Kevin Murphy again. But can you see how that just cleans it up? But it's different to a hairspray. Very different to a hairspray. Can you see that? So, and you can also see that my set is already in there. All right, so really, really, really important. Okay, I'm now going to take my curved comb and I'm going to allow, now I actually work with, I call it birdie finger. And the reason that you're wanting birdie finger is so that you can actually hold the hair and then pop the clamp on. If we think about the wet set when we were at school, we would have wet set in here and then we would come back to here. But how are you going to get your clamp in? All right, so a really hot tip is make sure that you have that birdie finger up. And we're going to start to work. So when you're working with the curved comb, it is unhappy, you are happy. If you work with it like this, you'll be like, oh, mine doesn't really work. And it does happen. So you are sad. So you are happy.
Wrong. Yeah.
Mindy did that.
Mindy said, yeah, that's what she does wrong.
Yeah.
She's happy all the time's the problem there.
There you go. But your comb has to be a little bit unhappy. All right, here's my birdie finger and it's going in here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the comb scoop towards you there. Can you see that? I'm basically going to take the comb and I'm doing it in a forward C. And then I'm going to scoop forward, lay the comb flat and push it up. Can you see that? So if you maybe just come to this side here for me, Faye. All right.
You can see the grooves.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. And now what I'm going to do is take the wave clamp and I'm going to scratch the comb. So can you see how my comb and my clip marries up?
Yes,
right?
Mindy says.
Yes.
You can see it.
Take it out. Here's my next hot tip. This is the big tail comb. So the big tail comb is basically got a big tail and it's got big teeth. It is made of carbon fibre and it just flies through the hair. But what we're going to use it here for is we're going to pick all those little bits from underneath and push it up. So we're opening that little wave clamp.
Oh, wow.
And pushing it up.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. So there's a really big hot tip there for you. Okay, so back to my curved comb. And I'm going to go into my next section. Okay. If I feel like I'm moving here, I will grab a little half card and just pin that there into place, just so that we're not disturbing anything. Can you see already my set? All right, it's already there. I just need to now work it, and look, I'm putting this little birdie finger down and I'm going to scoop on the opposite direction, lay the comb flat, push it in. Can you see my thumb? Very, very important. And now what I'm going to do is scratch and take that away.
Yeah, she does make it look really easy, doesn't she?
So, but you know what? I think the tools help. And I think, like everything, what we talked about this today, what is the number one thing that makes you good at anything? Practice. Yes, it's practice. And you know what? If you love it, you'll practice it. Can you see already what I've got here? All right, it's already there for me. There's my birdie finger. I'm going to scoosh towards you. That comb is doing my work. Can you see this? My comb is literally doing my work for me. Okay, there's my next one. I'm going to scratch that into place.
We've got a few people saying they need that comb.
Oh, good.
They're really enjoying that comb.
Yeah, it is the best comb. It really is a great comb. It's a great comb. And you can only buy it once, unless you lose it. Then you'll need
Pretty hard to lose it. It's pretty big.
Yeah, it is pretty big. Now, watch how it's not near the head. I'm not doing this. I'm doing and just a little bit of love. So nothing too dramatic. Okay, so from here I'm just going to really hold on to it because I want it to be modern. I want it to be sexy. Okay, so I'm just going to basically hold this bit. Just get one more of these little babies.
Oh, we got a few people out there that have a lot of your tools that
Oh,
are saying
good.
they love them.
Good. I'll pay you all later. So I'm going to show you tonight. We haven't. You may have seen that if you're on our mailing list, email list, that the Kingpin is now out, and that's our new baby. And we need you guys to actually let us know when you are. Let us know what you think of these Kingpins, because the Kingpin is still. We've got 10,000 of them, and that's it. And basically, we want to know. Do you like them? Because if you do like them, we'll go ahead into full production. So we had a big day here with everyone using them, and I think everyone loved them.
Yep, we did. So Stacey, I'm the same.
Yep.
Even though they might be upstyling tools, you can actually use them every day in the salon for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So we've got a few people asking where you can get these items from, the tools.
Yep, good question. They're all on our website. Everything that we're about, it's about making life faster and easier. So when I put my tool belt together, I need my tool belt to be longer, because if I'm working with a hairdryer, I will take out one tool and it will work into here. When I'm working with pins, I basically need my pins to be close to me, so I have the magnets put on there. So, and it's the same with here. So everything I'm trying to do, so everything you actually find on our website, all our tools are quite unique, and they'll actually save you time, because I throw things on the ground all the time. So they are quite unique.
Yes, you can sell the Kingpins, I believe, in the salon. Is that correct?
Yes, so the Kingpins, so what we really want you to do is we want you to give them a go. If you love them, then yes, then you can actually come and get in touch with us. The same with the brushes. We're about to do a big launch of all our tools, so that you can actually be able to retail them to your clients, particularly for Christmas presents. So just make sure that on our website there is a little bit where you can contact us. We're more than happy to have a bit of a chat with you. So
yeah, and this is being, like, you can go back and watch this again, so don't worry about that.
Yeah. www.lornaevanseducation.com.au. So, and just head to the store. So we're going to have, actually, while I'm just clamping this one into place, If you do like the magic wand that I've used tonight, which is also on our website, which is the Glam Palm, the beautiful people from Glam Palm have actually made an offer tonight that if you buy one in the next 24 hours, I sound like the shopping channel now, don't I? If you buy one in the next 24 hours, you'll get a heat mat. And I think the heat mats are like $22, $23, so it's great value. And you'll also notice that we also, get a really good deal. So it is cheaper to buy a Glam Palm from our store.
Oh, very good. Excellent.
All right.
They just want to see a kingpin, if you
Oh,
can,
yes,
please.
well, just stay there
Yep,
right now.
okay.
I'm going to show you how it works.
They're excited about it.
Okay, so from tool to tool, because I really do love new tools and I just adore this stuff. So this is also on our website. It's bungee tape. You guys all got to use this today.
That is awesome, guys. You don't realise it until you actually use it.
No.
It's pretty cool.
It is really cool. Comes in, I think loads of different colours, but black and clear. And you might have seen if you're on Instagram, my Holly absolutely adores the stuff. So whenever we've been doing her ponytails, and last week they had the Year 11 formal and we built it up. So it's terrific stuff. So basically it's not sticky, all right? I've just cut it into a little point and taken a little bit of that off. I'm just going to leave that just sitting there ready for me. And I'm going to just keep this really, really loose. I want to put it into a loose ponytail. So, because it's a sexy look. I've put a little card over the opposite side. If you wanted to, you could put a little bit of texture powder in there, just in at the root area.
And we want to know where the mannequins are from.
Well, this is our mannequin head, but whether we're going to keep stocking them or not, we're not quite sure. But this was one that we actually sourced. So hold that thought. Russell's over there, and he's telling me no because we had a supplier and 6 of them came that we weren't happy with. These are awesome. So
and also favourite brands of products to use.
Yeah.
We've got that question as well.
Great. Now, just before I do that, can you see what I've done? I'm literally coming up, catching that with my thumb. I'm coming over. I've just taken off the backing tape. I'm going to come around and it's going to stick onto its body.
And we also want to know why the point when you're cutting this.
Good. So where your point comes in is, can you see how that is just going to blend straight in to that? How easy is that?
So it's a blending method, guys.
Yeah, so it blends it straight in. Okay, I'm going to just loosen this off just a little bit. So I'm just using the big tail comb now, just to come through and sexy that up a little bit. Now, yes, I would definitely not use a hairspray here. I would either use a dry spray or I would use something like a powder. So this one in the Kevin Murphy is actually really lovely. And just take that straight up. I find by using the comb, it just keeps everything in control.
Getting a lot of love for these combs.
Yeah. They're really cool to work with. But can you see too, it's moving from here. It's not,
Not pulling.
No, we're doing sexy work. So, and you can do that as much as you like. Who wants to see the kingpin now?
Yep, we've definitely got some people wanting that.
All right, let's show you the kingpin. Okay, so the kingpin this is how the pack will come to you. Okay, so this is how the pack comes. You'll actually come in packs of 3. We believe that the 3, again, we're really in for all your feedback on this because it is, styling belt was there, I added magnets to it. This has got nothing to do with anything. I literally came up with this simply from using sectioning clips. I used to put sectioning clips in and I would use it to create different looks. So what I've done is I've combined a bobby pin and a sectioning clip. It all started with tin snips. And my stepfather Dave was awesome at being able to help me to sticky tape and do all sorts of different things to get to it. Then we went to mechanical engineers who helped us design this little bit here because it obviously couldn't have a spring. So what you've got is you've got a bobby pin down the bottom and then you've got a second anchor. So you've got a double bobby pin basically. Okay, so let me show you how it works. So I'm just going to keep this really, really simple. And I'm going to just spin it around and do what we call a little bit of cottoning. So just take a little piece and push it up. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is keep this quite soft and push that out, like so. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my bedroom hair. And I might just...
And is that Kevin Murphy again?
That one's Kevin Murphy,
Yeah.
yep. And you can smell it's quite dry, don't you think, Faith? You can
Yeah,
smell it's in between a hairspray and a dry shampoo. It's a very clever product. I'm going to just turn this into...
We've got some white sands people out there.
Yep.
What would you use in that regards?
White sands have a hairspray which is called Infinity, but it's a hairspray. So I don't think there's anything in white sands I could use, actually, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
In this particular Infinity hairspray, for a hairspray, if you're looking for a hairspray, it's beautiful. Really lovely hairspray. Okay. So can you see that the bottom part is a bobby pin and the top bit is your pin? I don't want you to think about the exciting bit, which is this bit. I just want you to look at the bobby pin, all right? So we're saying it's go for gold. You're going to open up the bobby pin, and all I want you to do is just pin in to the bit of hair you want. Notice I haven't actually gone from this to this. Then you're going to open up the lever. You're going to push the lever in, and that is how you're going to pin.
Do you sell Kevin Murphy products?
No, I don't. No. So no, I don't. So you'd have to go to Ozdair, is who you're actually after there. So Ozdair are the suppliers of Kevin Murphy. Kevin Murphy, and white sands. You can get quite a lot of white sands in most of the wholesalers. Take another little one. Open it up. And I'm just going to take it into this little piece here. Open that through and straight into place. Today, when we were actually working in, I'm just going to move that one over here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm going to move this.
I'm getting nice and close with the movement.
Yep, good. So now what we're going to do is go in with our queen. So we've used our kingpin to hold, and our kingpin is just going to get covered over with a couple of queens.
We've got Kimberly saying, "Shut up, take my money, Lorna. Leave those pins."
See, did you listen to that, Russell?
We've got quite a lot of people.
Sometimes my husband thinks I'm nuts and it's not going to work. And then sometimes you think, yes, it's definitely going to. Does everybody go through that? And then you think, what was I thinking? But we were all using them in here today because it is very new to us now that we've got it. And everybody here actually pinned padding on, didn't you guys?
Yeah.
So you pinned your padding on, they pinned chignons with it.
So much
one
quicker.
pin.
So much quicker.
Yeah. They used one pin to pin up that chignon, didn't they? Okay, here's my next hot tip. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that that little edge of that pin is not seen. If I need to put... So the king is the holder. Your queens just cover over those little bits and pieces. So I'm just going to... I've got a girl who... I'm going to video on Thursday, who was in my salon last week, and we put the video on the screen in the salon, and she said, "Oh my God, I'm an air hostess flight attendant, for Virgin," and she said we have to do a French roll or we have to do a bun. So anyway, I showed her how to use it, and she took it away, and I said, "Come back Thursday." So I'm going to film her doing her own hair. That's what I want you to be able to do with your clients. Okay, here's my next hot tip. When you go to take these out, would you agree that if I just go bang, 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 bang and take them all out, I'm going to lose a lot of control? Yep. All right, so if you come on this front this way, so I'm going to lose a lot of control. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my card, and I'm going to start just to take out one at a time, and I'm going to make sure what I've got is my long ripple pins. Okay, so we've got your long ripple pins. I call them scaffolding pins. And then the other thing that I'm going to make sure that I've got is mini bobby pins. All right, so they're the mini size fine bobby pins. Okay, and then I'm going to use my long fringe pins.
And they're quite strong, aren't they? They've got the...
They are quite strong.
Strength behind them.
Exactly. So if I had taken both of those out, that would have hung down here. All right? So now what I'm going to do is just start to move it, because it's modern, remember. So we don't be scared of it. I'm again going in for the dry spray because I want that. I'm just going to polish as I go with my makeup brush. And just allow that to sit. Like so. So can you see what I'm doing is I'm basically working like a builder works when they get the scaffolding people in. And I'm going to come through and start to push this out.
And they're saying that's very cool.
It is very cool. So can you see the lift on base, off base, over direction? So I'm just going to come in and grab what I got in here. She is glamorous, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, this one is Natalie Ann's comb as well, so it's just got the little prong, it's got the teasing at the top, really handy just to get into here.
Yep, so the makeup brush is a good idea.
Yes, love my makeup brush. So just a pin around here. Can you see the jawline? Can you see the jawline that I've got here? I want to try and make sure that that is pointing towards that jawline. All right, so you work out that where your jawline is, so that that is actually all pointing down to there. Now, how many of you would agree if I just take all the scaffolding out, it's all just going to fall? She's not going to be able to go out dancing.
You're a genius, they're saying.
Oh, thank you. Did you hear that, Russell? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and this is my secret pin, all right? So my secret pinning is basically I'm going to turn my pin to the side, I'm going to lay it flat, and I'm going to come through, okay? So take your secret pin, and you're going to come through and bang that right the way through here. So notice I'm starting at the top. I've started from the bottom taking out, but I'm starting from the top to secret pin, okay? So in and through, in and through. The same again. Now, I don't know what time it is over in the States, but if there's anybody that's tuned in or watching the recording, I'm really, 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 really excited to actually say that next year in June, July, we'll actually be coming over to the States and be doing at my first classes over in America. So I've had the privilege of being over there in my lovely Redken days, but I'm coming over there as an independent educator, so I'd love to see you. We will also be doing classes, and we'll be releasing those in Australia, and lots of look and learns next year as well. So keep an eye out for those. If anybody's got an area, which is why I'm here in Coffs Harbour, is both Mindy and Faith were like, well, could you come here? I'm like, okay, so here I am, you know, and it's been a terrific couple of days. You may have seen that on my Insta story. We've been walking.
When are you coming to North Queensland?
North Queensland.
Townsville.
Oh, I'd love to come there. So yeah, inbox me because I am in the process. I know I asked a little while ago, but just make sure you keep that communication level up, because education is all about, you know what, we're happy to bring it. It just needs to have the...
Mindy's saying big love for coming.
Yeah, thank you. I've loved it. We've had a great day.
And Albany is waiting for you.
Whereabouts?
Is it Albany?
Albury?
Albury?
Albury,
yep.
yes.
Albury, yep.
Oh, yep.
Stacey, yep.
Love. Oh, yeah. Hello, Stacey. I bumped into... That's Stacey. I bumped into Stacey in Bali. And then we were in the middle of an earthquake. That is without a lie. Okay. So Stacey got up and actually said to me, are you Lorna Evans? I said, yes, I am. And the next thing, didn't it, Stacey? Our whole earth rocked.
The whole world?
Our whole
the whole world
rocked. Oh, it was terrifying.
And Darwin as well. Perth. Wow, lots of places.
Yeah, great. So
yes, she said hi, Bali friend. Stacey said. Will you come back to the UK? Sharon is on live.
Oh, hello, Sharon. I'd love to. I'm actually hoping to do the island in the UK in October. I just have to talk Russell into that one. Making you sound like a bad guy. Russ, can you just go down that one last slide for me? So, so my 5 hot tips in what we've actually put together. Number 1 is definitely, it's your preparation. So do not even think about going into raw, shiny, soft hair. Build it up, build it up, and build it up. Number 2 is your sectioning. How many of you would have thought that small triangular section could give you that? So that wasn't a big section. So, and just remember, when the client is asking for sexy waves, they're not generally asking for a right around the head. Very, very rare. So it's not a big section. Look how much width that we can actually get with that one triangle section, and it's only five little rolls. The plastic sleeve. So how many of you thought that that was actually a really hot tip? That is one that I just can't live without. I have been known to pull a piece of paper over if I haven't got one, but realistically, a little bit of plastic, even an Aldi bag.
Okay, so we've got our secret pins, bobby pins, just hidden.
Yes, exactly. It's because I've turned them to the side and slid. And by the way, where I stand for secret pinning is very important. I stand here and I drag towards me.
Don't worry that you missed the preparation step, because you can come back and watch this and go from there. And the belt is also from Lorna Evans Education. So all the tools she's using today, you just go into her website.
Yeah, absolutely. The wave clamps together with the tail comb, if you remember back on that one. So we used the curved comb to basically make the wave. We used the clamps and we used the comb to push it up. That's a really important one.
Combinations.
Yes, exactly. You've got that combination. And then, of course, we've got the secret pinning. So
we've got another person asking about your shoes, so obviously must have jumped in. Yes, those shoes are popular. Well, they match the belt.
Becky, you would be very, very pleased with that. So Becky from Miss So, she has got an online store, and it's called Miss Velvet. So Miss Velvet is, and I think she probably could have sold hundreds of pairs of those, because everywhere I go and they're really comfy, which is important for hairdressers.
They want to know if the kingpins are ready to buy.
They
on the
are
site.
ready.
On site.
On
the website.
site, they're ready tonight to purchase. They are $14.95. They come in packs of 3, so you have to actually purchase 3 packs of them. And they are ready and rearing for you right now on our website as well. So, which is really, really exciting. And all our things are actually out there for you now, which is really quite exciting. And I really, really would love videos from you. I want your feedback from you, because like I said, this 10,000 is for you guys to try, to get your clients to try it. And then everyone we've actually been, we've obviously done focus groups and we've done all sorts of different things, but you are actually the people that we need to know what you actually think of it.
So we've got Brenda coming in and thanking from Belgium.
And we ship all over the world too, by the way, Brenda. So thank you very, very, very much. So after tonight, we are going to have giveaways. So if you share, so number one is we're going to, the people that already shared the event, a massive thank you, a very big, big, big thank you. And we will actually be going through and actually having a look at everyone who shared previous to our education session, and we're going to be giving away packs of kingpins, and I'll announce the winners tomorrow. But at the end of this particular live, if you share the live, then we will actually give away more goodies. So I'm going to be giving away some combs, so both the curved comb as well as the big tail comb. So let's have some fun, and the more it can reach, the better.
We've also got one question about Afterpay on your site for purchasing tools.
Oh, we just had that conversation. Because we offer education, unfortunately Afterpay will not allow us to actually have it, because we're doing education as well as products, which is a real absolute pain, to be perfectly honest. So I'm sorry about that one. But any education classes that we ever do, we do definitely offer payment plans, so that's definitely available. And if anybody's interested, next week I'm going to be in Geelong, which is just a one-day class. It's we're calling it a pop-up class, and I've only got a couple of spots left for that one. And then I think that's about it for the year. We'll be in Warrnambool, but I'm pretty sure that one's actually booked out. So
we got a lot of people saying thank you so much for all the tips.
Thank you very, very, very much.
Thanks from Melbourne, and
Oh, you're welcome, everyone. So thank you. Kingpins, they're on the website. All our bits and pieces are all over there. I would kill for you to give me your feedback, because we've done 3 expos and showed them now, but now we've finally got
They're wanting the date for Geelong.
Geelong date is, what date is next Monday? Is a week today. A week today. So a week today in Geelong, and it will be at Helen Dunn's So what is today? I think today's the 22nd, isn't it? So that works out to be the 29th.
The 29th.
Yeah, so it's at Helen Dunn's Education. So it's a little boutique education
29th,
session.
yep. Someone's just confirmed that for us.
Perfect. Thank you very, very, very much. So, terrific. Well, hey, a big thank you.
Just have another look. Can we do one more close-up look of the finished style? We can.
Let's spin, give her a little spin. So she's got 2 king pins, by the way, and then 2 tiny little bobby pins in there. And then all the way through here is just the tiny bobby pins. And you can see she's ready for the red carpet. So thanks everyone, and also just last but not least, if there is something that you would like me to share with you again on the next live, then you know what, send me some photos of looks that you'd like to learn, and I would love to have a look, and we'll have a play more on lives again. So share to win, and thanks to Faith and thanks to April for staying back and helping me out tonight. I really, really appreciate it.
Where do we buy the stands? They must be the tripods.
Tripods, head to your local supplier. So I basically buy mine from either Salon World, I'm sure you can buy online from Salon World as well, or Dateline.
And can we list the products sometime just down below of the products you've used?
I tell you what I will do is I will turn this whole lesson, how many of you would like this, if I turn this whole lesson into a blog. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a head sheet with the sectioning pattern. I'll write down all the products, I'll write down where I get my extensions, the whole lot. I'll put it into a blog post. If you haven't already joined me on inbox message, either send me a little inbox message and get started. I think you can type waves below.
We've got everyone really happy with that.
Yep, great.
Yep, and we've got Stacey just saying that the kingpins, do they go up tonight? Because she's checked on the website and they're not on there yet.
They're definitely on there.
Okay,
yep.
Just have another look
they
there.
They went on Friday, and they're definitely up there now.
Okay.
So so they're ready and waiting.
Okay.
Inbox me if you've got any other questions afterwards, and if you're not watching live, please feel free. I love to get all your messages and your questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Good night.